Hi everybody, how you doing? And welcome. Hey, you're probably wondering why I brought you up here today. Well, the reason is this. Whereas a lot of people have skeletons in their closet, I happen to have ghosts in my attic. It's true. And I thought you'd enjoy meeting some of them tonight. So tonight, kind of like Ebenezer Scrooge, we will be visited by three spirits, each inhabiting a different object. One will be playful, one's clever, one will be strange and mischievous. And they all live here. So, let's begin. Now, our first spirit was a gambler. His name was Tony Montague, but in life, Tony was known as the timekeeper because he wore a stopwatch on a chain in his vest pocket. And if you asked him, Tony, why a stopwatch? He'd say, because there's a sucker born every minute and I don't want to miss a single one. Now, if you were to watch Tony gamble, you'd think he was incredibly lucky because he won all the time. But the fact of the matter is Tony was a cheat. And he had a unique ability. You see, his ability was he was able to deal any card out of the deck that he needed to win. So if he needed, for example, to deal a queen, he would deal a queen. If he needed a joker, he could deal a joker. If he needed an ace, he'd deal an ace. Even a 3, he would deal. Whatever he needed. And the clever thing about Tony was this, that he never won by a lot. He would always win by just a little bit, just barely squeak by. And that way, when you were playing against him, you figured that he just was a little bit more lucky than you. Now, one night, Tony was playing with another gambler. Perhaps that guy was a cheat too, because that fella ended up with 4 kings in his hand. And there was only one hand that Tony could deal that would beat that hand, the 4 aces. So Tony did just that. He dealt all 4 aces and won the hand. And as he reached out to get the money, the fella stood up, accused him of cheating, pulled out a gun, and that was the last hand of poker that Tony ever dealt. A tragic mistake. However, now Tony still lives here. He lives here in the attic, and he lives here in these cards, where he's destined for all eternity to redeal that same hand, to deal those 4 aces over and over and over again. And that's what he's going to do tonight. Let's see if we can call him in and have him do it. Watch. Tony, are you here? Deal the cards. Watch and let's see if he arrives. Oh, do you see the cards moving? Look. Tony deals a card. Look, he deals another. And another. And another. 4 cards. Let's see what they are. These are the cards that Tony dealt tonight, and I believe these are the same cards that Tony dealt then. Let's take a look. An ace. An ace. An ace. And an ace, the 4 aces. A tragic mistake in retrospect, but sometimes the ego will drown out your common sense. At least that's a lesson that Tony learned. And it's one I'm sure he'll never forget. Now, sometimes a person can become a ghost long before they leave this earth. Take our next visitor, for example. Now, I don't know much about him, but I do know this, that while he lived, he was trapped by another kind of spirit, the kind that lives in a bottle. He would do anything for a drink. And still, to this day, he's trapped inside this bottle, and still, to this day, he will follow any command. Let me show you what I mean using this old stick. Watch. If I call him forth, Spirit, come forth and rise. Watch. Rise, 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 and hold. And he holds till I say descend. Descend. And he returns to the bottle. Now you may be thinking there's something inside the bottle, but note, it looks like an ordinary glass bottle. It's glass, it's crystal clear. There's nothing to be hidden, and the wand is nothing more than a piece of wood, a stick. And yet you can still see that he will do anything to get a drink. Watch. He'll even defy gravity. Note. He remains in the bottle. He won't come out until I give him the command of release, release. And then he comes right out. Now let me show you this up close, because I want you to see something interesting about him. Watch. Rise, 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 and hold. Now, even though it looks like the wand is absolutely loose inside the bottle, as hard as I press, I cannot get the wand to return into the bottle until I give him the command of release, release, and he falls right back inside. Now, the sad part about this is the more the spirit is activated, the more needy he becomes. Watch. If I just place my hand over him like this, he clings to me like a magnet. Look. He'll even come out of the bottle. Like that. And if I say to him, hold. Watch. Hold. He remains in place, just like that. Nothing above, nothing below. Just clinging to my hand. Watch, rise. And he rises. And even away from the bottle, all the way over here, look. Rise. He rises. Now, the saddest part of all to me is this. There is one command that this spirit will not follow. You see, every time I pick up this bottle and every time I pick up this wand, I ask the spirit to be free. I tell the spirit, fly and don't return. Watch, I'll do it now. Fly. And he leaps from the bottle. Unfortunately, when I return, he's come back. Every time. But still, each time this happens, I have hope that next time I pick this thing up, it's nothing more than an empty glass bottle and a piece of wood. And that is the story of the spirit in the bottle. So, I hope all of this isn't frightening you. I mean, the spirits that live here are really harmless. They're more stories and reminders than actual manifestations. Take our next spirit, for example. A young girl by the name of Arabella. Now, Arabella was just a child, but a child so spoiled and so greedy that even in the spirit world, she grabs onto everything she can get and holds on and will not let go. If you have it, she wants it. And she lives here in this strange box that was given to me. This box was supposedly made by the floorboards of an old Victorian nursery. And it's just a square wooden box. It's got some strange holes on the sides with some curtains. It's got two front doors so you can see inside, and this strange door on top. And the reason for the curtains is so that I can reach my hands inside when the doors are closed. So let's see if Arabella's home. We'll leave her a note. Let's see. Let's ask her. Are you there? Are you there? There you go. Take a look. This will be the message we'll give to Arabella. Are you there? And let's see if she gives us an answer. Take the message and put it inside the box. Now listen very carefully and see if you can hear what's going on with her. Do you hear? It's a quiet sound, but I think it's happened. I think if we take a look inside, that Arabella may have left us a message. Let's take a look. Arabella, are you there? And she says, come inside and find out. I know. She's a little creepy. But we know she's home. Now let me show you what Arabella's all about. When I got this box, it came with 2 ropes. And the ropes were the first manifestation that Arabella gave. If I was to take the ropes and fold them in half like this, there's an open end and a closed end. And the only way the 2 closed ends could be together is if I take one of the open ends and pass a closed end through it, just like that. And then the ropes are together and hold tight. But Arabella could do it without that. Look, I want you to watch the ends of the rope very carefully. We'll leave them outside the box. So the first one goes in here like this. Oops. And the second one here, just like that. And yet when I pass the ends of the ropes up through the top of the box and close the door, you'll notice that Arabella's already acted and she's grabbed onto the ropes and she holds very, very tight, linking them together. Take a look. I want to show you this up close. These are actually linked. They're actually together. Let me show you. You can watch her do this. You can actually see it happen. Watch. If we put the ropes in, keep your eyes on the ends. Oops. And we'll keep the ends outside of the box, just like this. Now, what I'll do is I'll lock the ends of the rope together so there can be no trickery. So that there's no way that Arabella can link them together if they're stuck on the ropes like this. We can tug on them all we want, and they won't come through the top of the box. They stay separate, just like this. But if I remove the little stick, watch the ends of the rope go into the box, and she tugs back. She holds on tight. And let's see what's happened. You can see she's grabbed the ropes again, and they're linked together, just like that. Not coming apart at all. And that's the strange part about Arabella. Anything you put inside, she would grab onto and change, using it by bringing it into the spirit world and then putting it back out. However, I learned one thing about Arabella, and that's this. Living things confuse her. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take something that's alive, this orange, for example. This will confuse Arabella. She won't know how to deal with the transformation from the spirit world back to the regular world. I will show you this by isolating the orange inside the box. We'll take a little glass, put it inside the box like this, and place the orange right there. Now let's take something for her to transport. Let's use one of Tony's cards. See what we have. It doesn't matter which one. We'll use the 5 of spades here. That way we can tell it's the card. We know what the card is. Let's put the 5 of spades inside the box next to the orange. Now I want you to watch this very carefully. Don't blink. Don't lose focus. Because Arabella will do this very quickly. Watch. Keep your eye on the card. Keep your eye on the orange. And keep your eye on the box. And we just wait a moment. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? The card just whoosh, whisked away. Take a look. Arabella has taken the card out. She's removed it. There's nothing left in the box but the glass and the orange. And the card seems to have vanished. But what actually has happened? Arabella tried to take the card into the spirit world, but the orange confused her, the living orange. Let's take a look and see what actually happened. I have a knife. We'll cut into the orange like this. See the juiciness of it here. And take a look inside. There's something inside of the orange. As strange as it is, it's a playing card. And you'll see that Arabella has taken that very card, the 5 of spades from Tony, and lost it inside the orange. So, ask yourself a question. Are all the things you saw today real? Were they spirits or were they just tricks? Or maybe they're just reminders. Stories to remind you to live your life with kindness and generosity and try to live a good life. At least that's what I hope. So that's my time. And thank you very much. And good night. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.